You know, this world is built on brainwash, manipulation, indoctrination, and sheer evil. And a lot of you try to use those things against your fellow family and citizens. The men try to brainwash the women and manipulate them and indoctrinate them to take their pants off or lift their skirt. And yeah, the men get off on it when it works, and they think, wow, what a genius. They use all those books on how to pick up a woman or how to talk to a woman. You know, I can't say I haven't done it myself, but I got the book, I got the tape, but I never really used it on the woman. You know, I just tried to understand their concept, their philosophy of what they were trying to say, but I don't treat women as if they're something to be manipulated or brainwashed or indoctrinated. You know, the government does it to you, and some men do it to you because they want to control you. They want to own you. That's why they want to brainwash you, you know. They want to own you. They want to treat you like a puppet. They want to be able to say, look, I feel like having sex now. And you'll go in the bedroom and have sex. And not complain. And, well, you'll complain when the sex is over. Like, that's it. You know, like 5-minute wonder. You know, but he won't complain. He's back to playing video games. And, yeah, it's just... See, and that's the thing. That's why somebody like that needs to brainwash you and manipulate you and indoctrinate you into their way of, into their world, because they're only capable of playing video games. They're not very smart people. They don't have the mental ability to keep you engaged mentally and conversation-wise. They can't have a conversation with you, you know, and they're on the headset talking to a guy in Tokyo playing a video game, you know, and they can have a conversation with them because they're talking about the video game, and there is no real emotional attachment to a video game, not real at least. But to you, a woman, the wife, which is amazing to me that he even got a wife, but that's what the brainwashing is for, and the manipulation, you know, you know, even somebody like Steve Jobs, or Bill Gates just got divorced. I don't know, he got divorced for many reasons, but Steve Jobs, I don't see him as a child molester or like a Bill Gates, but, you know, Steve Jobs didn't, I mean, he had a relationship with his wife, yeah, he did, but he spent a lot of time at the office, and he worked a lot. They made him work at night because he couldn't work with people, so they made him work night hours so he didn't have to be around people. And even at that level, they don't relate to women, you know. The G-spot is like a Rubik's Cube they can't figure out. Never will. They're just men, and they're boys in men bodies, and they're boys, you know. They never grew up. They never became a man, you know. And the good-looking men are no better. They're worse, because they think they're entitled, you know, like, and they don't have to work for anything because, you know, they just stand there and the girls come running to them, and, you know, they follow. Like, I remember in AA, you know, there was a good-looking guy. Girls would go to the meetings that he was at, and, you know, oh, when he spoke, it was like Jesus spoke, you know, but, and he was a freaking idiot, you know, he was an idiot, and he knew he had the girls following him, and he slept with them, you know, but Probably stuff with all of them, one at a time, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe a couple at a time. I don't know. But it's just like you know how to work for it, And people that don't have to work for it don't respect it, Uh, a Don Jr. doesn't respect money because he never really worked for it, And even Trump doesn't respect money because he never worked for it, He started with $600 million, I think is what he started with. And you can't say somebody like that worked for that money, And you wouldn't want Don Jr. as a president no more than you want Don Sr. as a president, They're both losers because they were handed what they have. They didn't work for it, Now, Donald Trump's father, he would have been a better president. And he would have been more respected than anybody else. But he was too busy building and making the money. He was making the money. And you don't make any money as a president, especially back when he was making money. So it was like a demotion, not a promotion to be president to him. But, it's just... And he didn't need the power of the presidency because as a builder, he had power, and he didn't need any more. It wasn't like a great desire of his to get all this power. And that's why Donald Trump has a great desire for power, because that's just a sign that he doesn't have any. He has no power. He's the most powerless president we've ever had. And that's why he does all these crazy things like what he's doing with D.C. It's a little crazy because, it's like he's trying to prove he has a big dick and he don't. It's just... Like me, I have all the power in the world. I have more power than Trump, Putin, Xi, and Kim combined. I have more power than all of them. I don't want to be president. I don't want to be president. I tried to put Kamala in there, I was like, you do that. You're good at that. You do that thing. I'll take care of myself. Don't worry about it. I'm like, I don't want to be president. Why? So I got a bunch of people telling me, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Nobody's telling me that now. I just went after the mob like you wouldn't believe. And nobody even said you can't do that, because they know I can. And, so, and I don't need a fleet of Secret Service men to protect me. And I don't need someone to tell me I can't have a phone or I can't drive a car because I'm president, It's like I don't need a girlfriend to come in here and take my phone away from me and check it and delete all my numbers and delete all my accounts and make me her prisoner, which is what most of them will do. So that's why I'm single. That's the reason I'm single, not because I have to be. I can find a girl in 5 seconds flat. Do I want to? That's the question. Not can I, but do I want to? And when I think of these things, and I hit on past history with women, it hasn't been good. And there are some women out there that really turn me on, and I really want to get to know them. I want to get to know them. And it's not that I don't think it'll work. I don't want to hurt them. And when I walk away from them, they're hurt, and they could be hurt for life. And I don't know. That hurts me, and I don't want to hurt them, and I don't want to hurt me. But staying with them when it's over hurts me too, and when it comes to that point, I have to leave, whether I want to or not. I have to, and that hurts them. And I'm not saying they don't want to leave me. I mean, I wouldn't give it long before they want to leave me, but just because you come together doesn't mean you'll be together for life. Sure, some I would love to be together for life, but even when you put that kind of weight on a relationship, it usually fails. I try to keep it in the day, call up in the morning. Are we still a thing today? I don't want don't want to take it for granted, you know. And I don't want to play video games. I don't play video. I don't even have a video game machine. That's what's on my phone. And I downloaded Assassin on my iPad. I paid a lot of money to download the video game because it was made for the iPad M4. I played it for I guess if you had to add up the time, I played it for about an hour, and I haven't played it ever since. You know, and I paid for the upgrades. I got a joystick. I got everything to go with it. I played it for an hour and never played it again. Because you just get to that point in the game, you know, it's like you got to master this one point in order to get any further. And you have to start from the beginning when you screw up. And I don't have the patience. I don't have the care. It's not like I'm going to win $1 million if I get past this point, you know. And even if I was going to win $1 million, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't care about the money. I care about my sanity. And that just drives me insane. So, you know, it's like in the video games, you have to jump from a rock to a rock. And if you don't jump right, you fall in a hole. And, you know, the experienced video game players, they jump that rock with ease. And it's not even a thing. But for me, I get stuck, you know. It's like I got to practice it. Because I'm not a video game player, you know. Like Grand Theft Auto, I played Grand Theft Auto, and you know, you get to a point where if you don't pass that point, you got to start from a back point and keep going and trying to get. I just don't have the care to do it, so I don't buy those games anymore.